Angel Reese is trending again, but not because she just dropped a game winner or carried her team to a statement victory. No, she's trending because the commentators couldn't keep a straight face watching her miss layups again. And here's the kicker. This is the same Angel Reese who's set to launch her very own signature Reebok basketball shoe in 2026, a deal Shaquille O'Neal himself called the future of the brand. But if you've seen the recent games, you know why fans and even industry insiders are starting to wonder if this might go down as one of the strangest endorsement bets in sports history. You know, a play is bad when the professionals paid to make everything sound exciting start laughing. That's exactly what happened when Reese went up for yet another routine layup. Missed, got her own rebound. Missed again, and had the shot blocked for good measure. The clip went viral instantly. Not for the score, not for the hustle, but because you can literally hear the broadcast crew catching themselves mid-laugh, realizing, oh wait, I'm live right now. This wasn't an isolated moment either. Against the New York Liberty earlier this season, she famously missed 4 straight putbacks in just 12 seconds. The sequence was so surreal, fans edited in circus music and slow-motion replays. When your bloopers rack up more views than your highlights, you know the narrative is shifting. And yet, this is the player Reebok is betting millions on. And trust me, once you see the numbers behind her shooting, the whole Reebok deal starts to look even stranger. On paper, Angel Reese's season averages don't sound terrible. About 14 points, nearly 13 rebounds per game, and a 44% field goal percentage. Solid, right? Here's where context changes everything. Reese takes the majority of her shots from directly under the basket. Layups, putbacks, short hooks. In the WNBA, players usually convert those shots at 70 to 80%. Reese, she's sitting just over 31% on layups. That's not a typo. 31%. Think about that. The most basic shot in basketball, the one even middle school players drill without thinking, has become a coin flip for her. And she flips that coin more than almost anyone in the league. She's top 3 in layup attempts, but bottom tier in actually making them. And that mismatch between opportunity and efficiency is exactly why fans, analysts, and yes, even commentators are starting to crack jokes. But here's where it gets even more bizarre. Reebok knew all of this and still made her the face of their comeback. Back in late 2024, Reebok signed Reese as their first major basketball athlete under Shaquille O'Neal's leadership. The plan was simple. Ride her social media popularity, her college championship fame, and her outspoken personality straight into a brand revival. It's not a small deal either. A multi-year partnership, a big budget marketing campaign, and a signature shoe scheduled for 2026. Reebok CEO Todd Krinsky even compared her to icons like Shaq and Allen Iverson, suggesting she had the same culture-changing potential. The problem? Shaq and AI dominated their games. Reese is dominating highlight reels for the wrong reasons. And while endorsements don't always need on-court success to work, think lifestyle brands or fashion collabs, this is performance basketball gear. You're selling the idea that wearing these shoes will help you play better. But right now, the face of the product is proving the opposite. If there's one thing Reese has mastered, it's going viral. Clips of her misses rack up millions of views. Fans post compilation videos labeled Part 36 like it's a Netflix series. TikTok edits get stitched and remixed with captions like "me bounds" instead of rebounds. And here's the strange part. This attention actually does keep her name in headlines. In the social media era, sometimes being infamous can be as valuable as being great, at least for a while. But here's the risk. Viral fame built on failure has a short shelf life. People eventually move on to the next source of unintentional comedy. And when that happens, what's left? If your reputation is built on missed layups instead of made shots, it's a lot harder to sell sneakers once the joke isn't funny anymore. And it's not helping that her team's season is falling apart at the same time. It's not just Reese. The Chicago Sky as a whole are having a nightmare season, currently near the bottom of the league and riding a brutal losing streak. With Reese, they're losing. Without her, thanks to a recent back injury, they're still losing. In fact, some offensive metrics have improved in her absence, which is not the kind of stat you want floating around if you're supposed to be a franchise cornerstone. She did return from injury with a 22-point, 13-rebound performance, but it came on 6 for 16 shooting, including more point-blank misses. And while she's undeniably an elite rebounder, the question is whether that skill offsets her inefficiency as a scorer. Which brings us to the most awkward part of this whole thing, the marketing nightmare nobody's saying out loud. The heart of this story isn't just about one player's struggles. It's about the clash between sports marketing and on-court reality. In the classic model, athletic endorsements work because consumers want to emulate champions. Jordan, LeBron, Curry. People buy the shoes because they associate them with winning, excellence, and greatness. Reebok's bet on Reese flips that idea on its head. The pitch isn't "be like Mike," it's what, exactly? Miss layups like your favorite pro? Sure, they can try to pivot, market her as a cultural personality instead of a performance athlete. But that's risky when the product is still designed for the court. The disconnect between message and reality is massive, and the clock is ticking faster than you think. And here's where the clock is ticking. The marketing machine for Reese's signature shoe is already in motion. Promo shoots, teaser campaigns, social media pushes. But industry insiders are starting to whisper about backup plans. Some say the shoe might quietly shift from a performance model to a lifestyle sneaker. Others think the launch could be delayed altogether, buying time for her game to catch up with the hype. And a few speculate that Reebok might already be looking for an exit strategy before the 2026 rollout. Because the truth is, there's only so long you can sell potential before fans and customers want proof. And if that proof never comes, this could be the most awkward sneaker launch in basketball history. The Angel Reese Reebok partnership is turning into one of the most fascinating case studies in modern sports marketing. A signature athlete whose signature move is missing layups. A brand betting millions on viral fame that could vanish overnight. And a player caught between undeniable cultural presence and undeniable basketball struggles. Maybe she turns it around. Maybe she silences the critics, starts hitting those layups, and makes Reebok look like geniuses. But right now, this feels less like the start of a legendary shoe line and more like a countdown to the most awkward launch in basketball history. Because in sports and in business, buzz is easy to get. The hard part is making it last for the right reasons. That's your deep dive. Now, what do you think? Can Angel Reese turn this around before 2026? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and subscribe for more stories the sports world doesn't want to admit are true.